Don't mind me crying in the parking lot at a college. You know, probably what most people do in college parking lots. Hi, friends. So, I wanted to talk about, my autoimmune disease, because why not? So, if you don't know, I have a autoimmune disease called eosinophilic esophagitis, or EOE. For shorthand, it's just the eosinophils, or the white blood cells in my throat, inflame, causing my esophagus to swell, or the white blood cells cause inflammation when thinking I have an allergy. And this was discovered not very long ago, the disorder, or the immune disease, and they have treatment for it, but it's very more treating symptoms, because it's not like it'll ever go away. You can just manage it, right? But one of the frustrating parts is that they have found that there's sometimes it's by food, or it could be environmental. So that means, like, it could be something that happens with seasonal allergies, where it's just like, that's why I get sicker at this time or something, that like the seasons are just worse for me. Because it does seem like it's around the end of summer in this Christmas area where I start getting really bad, at least for the last couple years or so. So, what do I want to talk about today? I want to talk about the reality of being chronically ill, because often I don't understand it myself. One of the things that I always go back to when thinking about being diagnosed with eosinophilic esophagitis is that when the doctor told me, there was this, you can call me anytime, like it was serious. But at the time, I had no understanding of what it really was and what I was experiencing. The reason I had gone to the doctor in the first place to get diagnosed was because I had felt nauseous every day for a year. And I remember going, this isn't right. And my parents thought it was anxiety. They didn't think anything was going to come from it, but I'm so lucky that they listened to me and they took me to a bunch of different doctors and got me all tested. Because here's the thing, is they could have given up and they could have been like, it's just anxiety, honey. It's just anxiety. But they didn't. And I got diagnosed with something. They found something. But no one understood it. It's not like, because it's not a known disease, but not only that, because people don't understand it, they don't understand the consequences it has. And because it varies so drastically, case by case, it's complex. There are people with my disease that cannot, illness, I guess, I don't know, illness, that can only eat, like, I remember a nurse told me that she had met someone who could only eat, like, very specific potato products and, like, the old recipe of Smarties. They couldn't do the new recipe for some reason. I guess they changed something about it, and that person's allergic, so they have a feeding tube. And this is a possibility, and I might have talked about it in a video. I know I've ranted about it on Reddit before about, is it easier to just go a direction where I give up on food entirely and I get my nutrients another way? And that's tough, because a lot of times I get really frustrated, and that's the decision I want to make. And it would be very different, obviously. And I want to make it clear that this is not an eating disorder video. This is not about my eating disorder. This is just about my illness and the consequences that come with that. And if you hear restrictive behavior, you have to understand that this is illness-based. These are illness-based thoughts and not eating disorder-based thoughts. And I think that that's a really important thing to differentiate, because I do have to, while they meet on some places, there is a lot of things that differ from me than somebody who has an eating disorder because of my illness. Like, for instance, I get sick a lot, but I don't make myself sick. So and I've never been someone who's experienced bulimia, so I have no idea what that looks like. For me, a lot of times it doesn't make sense to me. As someone who gets sick all the time, I can't imagine wanting to make yourself sick, because I can't even keep food down, if I wanted to. So why would I ever? Oh God, it's tough. It's so tough. I've been having a really hard time with it. Like eating disorder thoughts haven't even appeared because I am so stressed out about trying to just get food in my body. I'm not restricting, I'm just trying. And there is not a feeling more helpless than feeling like you have absolutely nothing to eat. And I know obviously I have things to eat, but the way my illness has limited the way I can eat and totally destroyed my enjoyment of food. It is so hard to enjoy food, and that was something that I guess wasn't as prevalent when I was younger, because I really loved food. Don't mind me crying in the parking lot at a college, probably what most people do in college parking lots. So, being ill. Another big reality that's always hard for me to accept, that also I feel like I forget daily, is that I'm not fighting to be normal. I'm fighting to control my symptoms so that I can function in a way that leads me a happy life. And that's tough, because part of that is accepting that no matter what I do, I'm always going to be sick. I'm always going to feel terrible. And, I can do things about feeling terrible, but it isn't going to change the fact the next day or in another hour that I might feel awful again. And I have my good moments. I don't even want to say good days anymore, because I don't think I've had a full good day in a while. And I've just been I'm just so sick, and it's awful because a lot of times I feel terrible being the person who has to say, I can't do this right now. And sometimes I feel like, again, like, I have to watch myself. Sometimes I'm just feeling a little sick, and I'm so scared that if I get up and make it worse, that I'm just, like, not going to be able to do anything, that I'll refuse doing chores, even if I'm not feeling really, really sick, because I'm afraid that doing the chore may make me feel really sick. But, like, I mean, the reality is I've got to do stuff anyways, even if it does make me feel sick afterwards. You know, like, I still have to wake up in the morning. I still have to feed my dog. I still have to do the cat litter. I still have to pick up, you know, my Dawn's excrement. I still have to do things, even if they make me feel sick, because that's life. In my dark moments, I often come to that fact that I'm sick all the time. Is this living? And I think it's important not to let those thoughts control your life, because it was something often I felt with my PTSD too. Things are just so awful. I feel so awful. Why should I keep doing this? And the reason why is because you're never going to have another chance to. You're never going to have another chance to meet your best friend again. But you might have a chance to meet a new best friend who becomes a big part of your life. Life goes on and it moves forward, and you have awful moments, but those awful moments make those beautiful happy moments shine so much more bright. They make you appreciate it. Often, I find myself wishing that there were no bad in the world, but also finding myself recognizing that to only have the good side of things would make it numb at some point. And so the balance, the release that sadness or grief has, I think, is an important part of living, even if it sucks. Even if getting mad is so frustrating. Like, yesterday my partner was upset, and I said, let's just have a grumpy day. You be as grumpy as you need to. Let's just have a grumpy day. Because I think it's important to allow yourself to feel negative feelings so that you can appreciate and really, really, really feel deeply the good ones. I know this is kind of off topic, but it's still on this kind of idea that, you know, I have all of my bad moments, but at the end of the day, when I'm feeling good, when I can do the things I can do, you know, I'm going to. And I have to focus on the idea that even when it sucks, and it's gonna suck sometimes, even if I'm never gonna be 100%. That maybe I'm not supposed to be 100%. Maybe I'm 20% a little fucked up so that the 80% feels so much more bright. I don't know if this is a silly idea, but I do feel like the people who have experienced trauma, and not everyone, people who process and work and internalize and really think, and I hope grow from their trauma, I feel like often have a deeper connection with the world because they've experienced so much heartache. Like, there's a surface level that some people live on and just keep living. They see themselves, maybe their family, and that's their happiness focus, you know, and that's all they need to see. But the world's deeper than that. And I'm glad to live a life, even if it's hard and with struggle, where I can connect with the world on a deeper level. Anywho, I got off topic, but I was talking about chronic illness, and then I kind of got just... I guess this whole video was how I comfort myself in times of struggle when I recognize that my whole life I'm gonna be sick. I can't change that. Even if every day of my life is being sick, I still want to live it. Because there is so much enjoyment to be had, and so many people to meet, and so many lives to change, and so many people to love. And I can't wait to do it all. Bye, friends. Be kind to yourselves. I love you guys.